We were free in 1865. But there became a higher form of enslavement to give historically black schools the opportunity to educate, but miseducate, to control, to think you are free and educated, but you're not educated. So that's a trap, a perception. And so you got millions who have gone to historically black schools. And the people who started these had good intentions, good hearts. So we're not knocking that, but they were deceived. And so we have a whole mindset of thinking one thing when in reality it's something totally different. And again, when we don't have businesses, are we orientated towards businesses? You know, it takes a great deal, as Brother Akbar was mentioning earlier, a great deal of study in order to be successful. You can't be a hustler, but you have to have a business plan. A plan that's based on financial intelligence. You got a lot of people that mastered in went to school for business administration and they're working for somebody else. Corporate America. And so it's imperative that we broaden our base to become employers and not just drug dealers, but business sense of understanding the markets worldwide so we can fit in productivity so that people automatically like to work. I mean, that's what Allah put us here to do, is work. And that automatically brings about peace and comfort and a sense of satisfaction, a sense of self-worth. And all those are emotional needs, a sense of recognition. A lot of people are hurting today because they don't have the true sense of recognition or sense of self-worth or respect. In fact, that's how many people get tied up in knots emotionally, is because they are missing emotional needs in the right sense, in the proper sense, and somebody comes along and meet those needs in a negative way. And a lot of people get hurt because they are following emotions blindly, and they're like hidden and missing. Every few years they're trying something else, can't figure out where to go, because all they're in is in a captured sense of emotionalism blindly. Because what is it that we're all trying to do every moment of every day? We are seeking pleasure while simultaneously we're trying to avoid pain. That's what's happening right now. All of us want pleasure, where at the same time we're trying to avoid pain. So we get caught up in somebody perhaps might deceive my mind to think what I'm doing is pleasurable, when in actuality it's a deception. So how many times have we got caught in that? Thinking what I'm doing is pleasurable, but in fact it caused me pain. So here I go down that road seeking pleasure, only to be deceived and entrapped into pain. So we have to know and understand what we were created to do and what's going on in life. That's true education. The education to the highest. And of course we could not nowhere near get to the full realm of full education. But that's just a start to understand it's way higher than what we've been perceived to think. You know, this society, this world is very clever, because that's one of the connotations of Satan. Cleverness, deception. But he deceives again in the mindset. If you think you can only reach first base, you can forget about second, third, and a home run. if your perceptions is only to a level of achievement, that's as far as you're going to go. And so many of us, through our warped minds, through expectations, don't think high enough. Don't think globally. As they say, some people never left the block. We're not just talking about a physical block on 45th Street, but mentally. Our expectations is not that of other people. Other people can't get Chinatown. Why? It's because of a mindset. Other people can produce, can come in this country and produce. Only because, what? A mindset. Are we just great athletes and entertainers? You see how we can excel when we think we can achieve in certain areas? I mean, the creativity in athletics and entertainment is phenomenal as far as what we have been able to achieve. We have confidence in those areas, but we don't have that same confidence when it comes to empowerment of self, love for self. I mean, black hatred or self-hatred is a disease. You know, we talk about diseases. We only kind of look at those many times physically. Mental disease is very bad. And we're not just talking about somebody that's a little crazy. But mental disease is when you perceive yourself as subpar. That's a disease. When you only think you can, again, go to first base. That's a disease. A mental disease. You know, when Imam Deen Mohammed told us, where's our strength? It's found within our original nature. And where's our original nature? What is it based on? It's based on decency and righteousness. Very simple. But do we put that into practice and understand it, and it becomes a habit of thought? Those are the kinds of things we have to reinforce in our conversations. Many times, I mean, people, when you find yourself on the perimeter or the outskirts, it's because many times we can't find people who are like-minded. And so that might become a dilemma in some of our lives because we can't seem to find people who think like us. Because the majority at this time are sleeping giants. That's what we consider as sleeping giants. That has profoundness as far as sleeping giants. It's just something that we can't take lightly. But what does that mean to our future, to our children, to our families, to our careers, for decades, for centuries? Are we on a merry-go-round where we just doing the same old, same old? That's an entrapment right there. Where we can't think outside the box, so to speak. But we only think within where we are led to believe we are. And so it takes a courageous person, courage, to think independent of what the world wants us to think. How the world has been programmed to think. I mean, books and public schools and other schools are programmed to keep people within a certain area of growth and orientation and beliefs. I mean, how many people are ignorantly celebrating Columbus as the discoverer? Of what? People are already here. But look how many people are still celebrating that and reinforcing a lie. Yearly. I mean, we think Santa Claus was just for kids. Many people still can't deal with reality. Because that's a programming mechanism. Program just like you